All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to show you how to make an autonomous lead funnel that you can subscribe and unsubscribe to with both email and SMS. And then we're going to build it out from there. So the first three that we're going to start with today are going to be the sign up and confirmation, the email opt-out, and the SMS opt-out. So just to walk through these real quick before we get started, the beginning is going to use a webhook. The webhook then is going to come into Airtable, create our information in Airtable so that we have the user data, send an email to thank them for subscribing, and then send an SMS message also thanking them for subscribing. Okay, then the next thing you want is the opt-out. So for a, back out, wrong one. This is the one you want for the opt-out. So for the opt-out, we're going to come in, we're going to have another webhook. When they click a link in the message, it's going to come through and opt them out, take them out of the table, and send us a notification. And then finally, the SMS opt-out, if you reply back, stop or unsubscribe, Twilio will detect that. We'll go into Airtable, and if it's an opt-out, unsubscribe, stop, it's going to go through and it's going to update that accordingly. And if it is a subscribe or a start, then it's going to come back and it's going to update accordingly as well. So without any further ado, we'll jump in and we'll start building this out. So this is something that you would put together if you already have a website. If you use WordPress or whatnot, you can just use a code snippet and then build out the same features that you would pay for if you used a service like Go High Level or something else. So I know that a lot of people use Go High Level. I know that their plans start at $99 a month, but they really try to push you to get to the $300 a month plan or above to be able to use all the features. So let me show you how you can build some of this autonomy in using the tools that you're probably already using. So I know a lot of people who use WordPress. I know a lot of customers that I've had through web development over the years have asked for WordPress sites. A lot of that's due to the blogging abilities and what it does for SEO. So let's just jump right into it. So the first thing I'm going to create is a webhook, which I've already built out here. I'm not going to click on it because I don't think you need to see what my webhook is, but I've written code and I built a form here in WordPress so that it'll send all this information to that webhook, and you can create different things. If you want to create, other options and send that through the webhook, you can. And I'll pull up my code here at the end of this and show you exactly what I wrote from a HTML and JavaScript standpoint to make the form work and to get the data to send through. So just to show you how this works so far, I'm going to click run once. It's going to sit here and wait for the webhook. I'm going to come over and I'm going to send this data through, submit. I'll tell you thanks for subscribing. Come back. I'm going to have my data in here. Name, email, phone number, opt in. Perfect. Now that we have that data, we can go on to the next step in building out our automated process. So the next thing we're going to want to do is put this data somewhere. And this is going to be entirely up to you. If you expect to get more than 1,000 and you don't want to use, or you don't want to have to pay for Airtable, then I would use something like a Google Sheet or maybe a Notion database, or if you have SQL or access to other databases. I like to use SQL because I have a server that does SQL and makes it easy. But for simplicity purposes in this overview, I'll probably use Airtable or Google Docs because I'm sure that's what the majority of you folks are using. But feel free to use those interchangeably if you want to, so that you can leverage this how you want. But leave a note in the comments if you would at this point. Let me know if you prefer to do things with Airtable or if you prefer to do things with Google Docs, so that I know in the future which path to go when I walk through on these videos. Like I said, I think I'm just going to use Airtable right now. And I'm going to go Airtable. I'm going to create a record. I built out this quick table. Just have it called Autonomous Lead Funnel. I got first name, last name, email, modal phone, and status, just like I had in the other areas. I'm going to delete these since there's nothing in here. Come back over here. Get it set up. Table 1. Perfect. So the first name, we're going to put that in. Last name, email, Mobile phone. And opt-in is yes. So opted in. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So now I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna run once. I'm gonna hop over here, run this again, submit, subscribed. Gonna tell me it's complete. Gonna tell me it's complete. I come over here, and there's our information. Perfect. So now we've got the first portion set up, which is creating our lead funnel data. So we can come in here and we can build this out. If we wanted to add other things as far as like first contact, next contact, etc., we can do all of that in this table. So we're going to work everything from this table. Like I said, if you're going to use a Google Sheet, you could do this on a Google Sheet. But like I said, I like using Airtable for this, just for the visual representation when I do it. So now our next step. The first next step that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send a welcome email. Okay. Add recipient. Do I want to use this? Or do I want to use my personal? Oh, well, this is fine for now, just to show. We're going to add recipient. Recipient's going to be email here. Subject is going to be welcome to our website. And then I can just say whatever I want. I can create HTML content here. So give me a second. I'm going to build something out real quick and I'll be right back. All right. So I just had ChatGPT write me some quick content here. So I just need to come in and update a couple of things. So this is going to be his first name. Best regards. This we'll put in later, but it's something we will do. So let's actually save this for now. And the reason I say we're going to put that in later is because we're also going to take that, we're going to build that into a webhook. We'll probably condense it with Bitly, and that way when we click on it, it'll come in, it'll change this to an opt-out. That way you don't have to worry about ever having to manually do it. So now we've got this. And this for the email. All it's going to ask for here is the email address. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to copy the email address. And I'm going to run this module. And make sure this, there we go. Okay. It says it's done. Let's check my email. Thank you for subscribing. Hello, Tim. Thank you for joining our mailing list. Perfect. So a nice little subscribe letter. And I just did this with ChatGPT. You can obviously design this a little better and faster, easier, make it more beautiful. But for sake of time, I'm just doing things really quick. I have it coming from that account, whatever account you want it coming from, you can set. So now we've got this built out. We've got a thank you. This is probably what I would do for step one. If you wanted to send a confirmation to text, we can do that as well. So let's do that real quick. Let's do a Twilio. Okay. Create a message. I've got my Twilio. I'll send it from the phone number. Send it from the phone number that we have set up to. Oh, I should change their phone number though. Hold on. I'm going to change it to this mobile number. And the message body, it's going to say, thanks for signing up for text messages. Thanks. If you And subscribe. Please respond. Okay. Okay. In fact, I guess I don't have to. I can just type it in here, so I'll just blur this out. And it may not. Actually, I might have to do this. Okay. Shows that output. Let me see. And I got a text message. Look at that. I'll add that to the screen. Thanks for signing up for text message from Tim Vance. If you ever want to unsubscribe, please respond stop. Got it. Okay. Perfect. So now we've got our first module completed. We're going to go and change this to automated lead funnel. Line up. And okay. That's it. Let's save it. Let's adjust. Okay. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go back. I'm going to create a new scenario. I'm going to do another webhook. Some webhook. I'm going to create a new webhook. This one's going to be called JV unsubscribe mail. I want to be on. I can't write today, can I? There we go. Save. Copy address. I'm going to go back into my other scenario. And it is, there we go. Okay. And in our mail that we sent, we came down here. We had our href is nothing. All right, so we're just going to run this now. We're going to go back over to our main one first. We're going to run it too. We're just going to run this because we updated this. Let's run this module. This was the email we used. Okay. It's going to send that message ID. Come back into my email. Take a look. Welcome, Tim J. Vance. Okay, is our unsubscribe still working? Let's click here. Unsubscribe here. Accepted. Got our note. Got our email address. Perfect. So now we're going to come over here. Going to go Airtable. We're going to search for a record. We are going to go to our base, autonomous lead funnel. Table 1. View, grid view, select all. I don't care. Okay, limit 1. Formula is going to be where, let's see, what is our email? I'm going to put quotes around it because I think I do, but I'm just not certain. Okay. Okay. Let's run this module. Email is Tim. Okay. And it found it. Perfect. That's all I need. So then the next one's going to be Airtable again. It's going to be update a record. Record, same thing. Going to pick the right base. Going to pick the right table. And our record ID is going to be this guy. And we are going to change our status to opted out. Okay. And we can also send a notification here if you want to, so that you know that the person has opted out. So for mine, I mean, it depends on how you want to use it. You can send it to Slack, you can send an email to yourself, you can pretty much do whatever you want here. For me, I'll probably just send it to my phone. Because why not? Make it easy. Send a push notification to this one. Oh, they upload a photo. That's not what I wanted. I want Apple. I want to send a push notification to my iPhone 14. Title. Yep, gonna do this, gonna do this. And go. New opt-out action. Nothing. Deliver immediately. Okay. Now let's save the whole module. Turn the module on. And come back here. Here I show that I'm opted in still. Thank you for subscribing. I want to unsubscribe. Yep, all right, it changed to opted out, my bad. Perfect. Well, that's great news. So now we've got our opt out. Next thing we can do is same thing for text, opt out of text. So we'll set that up next. All right, for our next scenario, we are going to start with Twilio. Watch messages to phone number. Nothing. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into my text. I'm going to go into my text message now. Type in stop. Send it. Run. And I got to stop. All right, so we got that figured out. I just had to delete this and start over, which is so dumb. It's the exact same formula, but for some reason I had to delete the module and put it back in. So then I'm going to unlink this. So I'm going to add a router. And then I'm going to add this to the router. Okay. And the reason being on this one, we're going to add a filter. Body is stop or body is unsubscribe. And contains sensitive. Okay. Then the next one is going to be the same thing, but it's going to be if body says contains case insensitive, start, or body contains case insensitive. Subscribe. It's going to be a tough one, right? So this one has to be equal to case insensitive. Subscribe. Okay. And in this, we're just going to change this. We're going to update a record, same thing. Going to pick my base. Table. The record ID, which we've got here. And then we want to change our SMS status to opted in because they're subscribing. Okay. Done. Okay. And then the same thing at the end of this. If you want to have a notify you via Slack, if you want to have a notify you via email or your phone notification, however you want to do that. If you want to be notified of people unsubscribing, if you don't because you got a big list and you just don't care, then just leave it. So this should be good to go now. So I'm going to click save. I'm going to go back in here. It shows my SMS status is opted in still. Okay. I'm going to save this. I'm just going to change this real quick to every minute. Okay. And I'm going to turn it on. Okay. It's going to use, oops, save changes. All right, so now it checks every minute. I'm just going to come back to my text message that it sent me. All right, now we'll just wait, see what happens. There we go. Let's take a look at this guy. Yep, this one should be the right one. We'll come back in here. And now we're opted out. Perfect. So we'll say we want to opt back in. We'll come in, go back to my text messages, and I'm going to click start. Bam. Click start. It's going to come back. Thanks for the messages. And then we come back here. Back to our history. We're going to come back, and it's going to have us started. And we're back to being opted in. So perfect. It works both ways for one scenario. So now that we've got our lead funnel SMS piece set up, this concludes the first portion of our autonomous lead funnel module. So the next step on this obviously is going to be to build in multiple steps, phone calls, etc. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will continue to build this out and watch the future videos so that you can see how we conclude this and how we can add different steps into this based off dates, etc. So looking forward to that. If there's something specific you'd like to see, please leave it in your comment section down below. Make sure to turn that notification bell on so that when my new videos do come out, that you get notified of them and have access to them immediately. I really appreciate all the love and support. Thank you guys so much for helping me grow this channel. Thank you guys so much for being interested in the Make community and the different scenarios that I've been building. And any other ideas or issues where you're stuck, anything that I can help out with, please let me know. I'm here to help. I'm learning the way you guys are, and I really just want this community to continue to grow and for us to build out some amazing automation so that we can all have success in the things that we want to do. Thanks, guys. Take care. Have a great day.